Did you know that anxiety is the most common mental disorder that there is, with over 300 million people affected by it? As somebody who has suffered from debilitating anxiety in the past, this advice comes from a place of empathy and compassion and just sharing my own story, my own experiences. When anxiety becomes debilitating or overwhelming, it can be so tempting to try to find relief in drugs, alcohol, or other self-destructive behaviors. Your anxiety, stress, or depression can be reduced or even eliminated with some quick, simple, effective, natural strategies. I want you to be free from the chains that anxiety can place on your life. So I'm going to be sharing with you 5 life-changing habits that can reduce or eliminate your anxiety and stress. Number 1 is going to be to reduce screen time. Yes, I know, contradictory as I am talking to a screen to you about this. One huge benefit to reducing your screen time is that it frees up your time to spend with family and friends. We miss out on so much connecting and making beautiful memories with those around us because most of us are glued to a screen. Some side effects from overusage of screens, and yes, that includes the television, is depression, anxiety, and brain fog. A big reason for these side effects is because of the inability to regulate what we are consuming. This includes negative things that are on social media and the news and the cyberbullying and harassment that is out there. It also creates large amounts of self-isolation. So decreasing our screen time doesn't only improve our anxiety, it also drastically improves our sleep quality. And that brings me to number 2, protecting our sleep. So even just a few minutes of screen stimulation can delay melatonin production in our bodies by hours. And this makes it to where our internal clocks are desynchronized. Our internal clocks being off creates a negative ripple effect of other unhealthy reactions like hormone imbalance and brain inflammation. As I have talked about in multiple of my other videos, a lack of sleep or poor sleep is directly linked to cortisol. So a lack of sleep will heighten our cortisol, and higher cortisol levels means increased anxiety. It's like this vicious cycle that you can't get out of. Poor sleep leads to anxiety, and anxiety leads to poor sleep, and just you keep going back and forth, and it's a lose-lose situation. So unless you're intentional about making changes to protect your sleep, you're gonna stay on this hamster wheel of anxiety. All right, we are on number 3, and that is going to be reading personal development, also known as self-help. And yes, I know self-help gets a bad rap, and a lot of people think that makes you pathetic, but do not listen to the naysayers. Do not underestimate the power of reading a good book. I am a lifer when it comes to reading personal development. I cannot boast the benefits of it enough. It has literally changed my life. So research shows that just 6 minutes of reading a day can drastically reduce your stress by up to 60%. And like I said, reduced stress means reduced cortisol, which means you are less likely to have anxiety. So the big benefit of reading a personal development book or a self-help book is that it is going to provide you strategies in the areas of your life that you desire change so that you feel empowered and in control of bettering your life situations. All right, moving on to number 4, that is going to be meditation and prayer. Now this might be number 4 on my list, but this is my personal number 1. For me, meditation and prayer tend to coincide. They're like 2 peas in a pod. They can be practiced separately, but are extremely similar. Really, the only difference is what your focus is during that time. Whether you are a believer or not, you can overcome your anxiety by conquering your thoughts and including positive affirmations in your life. Meditation and prayer, you can do them both. I recommend doing both of them, but ultimately you want to pick what you are more connected to and what you are more comfortable with. So how this works in helping to reduce anxiety is that it is turning your attention. So you are focusing on one specific thought, or you are giving it to God, you're giving it to a higher power. Oftentimes in meditation, that thing that you're going to focus on is going to be your breath. But like I said, this also works for prayer too, because as a believer, we feel like the Holy Spirit is wind, and that Yahweh, the name for God, is literally the sound of breath. It is life. Breath is life. Both prayer and meditation are a positive practice. You are getting rid of the negative thoughts that are consuming your mind. This in turn calms our nervous system and gets rid of that flight or fight response, which is often what is an onset for anxiety and panic. So some tips for meditation and prayer are going to be to use your breath like a mantra. You know that saying, in with the good, in with the good and out with the bad. That is literally what you're doing. You're going to breathe in positivity and love and care for yourself, and you are going to exhale anything negative that does not serve you. Second tip for this is going to be trying to create routine around your prayer or meditation. Just like other aspects of our life, to create healthy habits, you need to incorporate this into your daily life. Even if it's just a few minutes, it makes a difference. So don't underestimate just a couple seconds that you might have in the morning. You're bringing in positivity, getting rid of negativity. So remember that. Focus on the positive, let go of the negative. And last, laugh. Smile. It is very hard to feel anxious or stressed or depressed or angry or any of those negative emotions or feelings that can take over when we're happy. And when we show it, it has literally been proven to affect our brains and to get us, out of that state of mind. It literally changes our mentality. Last but not least, we have number 5, and that is going to be taking care of your body. Self-care. So what do I mean by this? I mean that we are eating healthy foods to fuel our bodies, right? We are also eating often enough food, and we are incorporating movement into our lives that we enjoy. So moving our bodies, it is more than just losing weight or building strength. It actually, again, it changes the chemistry in our brain. It releases those feel-good hormones. So that is how it can help decrease stress, depression, and anxiety. And if it's a possibility, get outside to get that movement in, even if it's just a brisk walk, or you can be taking your dog for a walk, whatever it is. Being out in the sun and out in nature, it boosts your serotonin, which is our happy hormone. Also, making sure that you are moving your body and getting outside for at least 15 minutes a day. It's going to help you get better sleep. And I already talked about that earlier. Don't underestimate how much good sleep is going to help you. As far as food goes and fueling our bodies and eating often enough. So this is because it correlates with our blood sugar, and we want to have as steady of a level of blood sugar as we can throughout the day. So when we have long periods that we go without eating, that creates spikes in our blood sugar. Same thing with if we aren't eating very well. If we are choosing processed foods and foods that are higher in sugar, we are causing spikes and falls in our blood sugar. And did you know that a sugar rush mimics a panic attack? Hence why it's so important to make healthier choices when it comes to what you eat. If you are feeling that you want some sugar or sweets, then try to get that from a natural source, because nobody wants to trigger a panic attack. So those are the 5 tips that I have for you. Remember, it is all about balance. Make sure that you're limiting your screen time, protecting your sleep, and investing your time in reading some personal development. Do not forget the power of prayer and meditation, and the importance of nourishing our bodies with whole foods, eating regularly, and moving our bodies in a way that we enjoy. So these were just a few of the quick and simple steps that you yourself can take to live a happier, healthier, and even more importantly, a less anxious life. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so that you can see more videos on tips for living an anxious-free life. And don't forget the importance, and don't underestimate how much your well-being is in your hands. I mean, obviously there are things that are out of our control, but you'd be surprised at how much you can change your life. So that is it, my friends. As always, until next time, I hope you stay happy, stay healthy, stay warm if you're somewhere cold like it is here, and have a very blessed time. Have a very blessed one. I will see you on the next video. Bye.